directors of Araucária Foundation and the Superintendents of Science, Technology, and Higher Education, we welcome the authorities and all the ones here today for this remarkable signing event that will establish the agreement on scientific, technological, innovation, and entrepreneurial cooperation between Jordan College of Agricultural Sciences and Technology at California State University and Araucária Foundation. For sure, this is an important achievement in support of the modernization and innovation on Paraná agribusiness, together with important institutions in California. Before our official beginning, I'd like to register and thank the participation of the distinguished authorities. Representing the Brazilian Consulate General in San Francisco, the Ambassador Aldonio Sena Garden, Consul General, Mr. Eugenio Garcia, Deputy Consul General, Mrs. Patricia Chung, Trade Promotion Section, and on the Brazilian side, we'd like also to register the presence of Tsen Shan King from Genoma Valley, Karina Rufino Embrapa Soya, Cristiane Cordeiro from the State University of Londrina, George Hirawa from Agro Valley, Professor Jerry Adriani Johan from Oeste, Professor Paulo Cesar from UTFPR, and the other ones will be here with us with the following distinguished speech. From now on, I'm honored to invite Mr. Aldonino Gannon, Consulate General of Brazil in San Francisco. So, Mr. Gannon, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon or good evening for those that are in Brazil. It's a pleasure. I'm very pleased to be with you here today. I would like to nominate Professor Neff Conduro, Dr. Ramiro, and Marcio Espinosa, and also Dr. Evaldo Vilela, who is the chairman of our Center of Research in Brazil, General Center of Research and Technological Development Brazil, Científica. And I also would like to introduce Eugenio Garcia. He replaced Luis Fernando as the Deputy Consul General here in San Francisco. So I want to say I'm very, very glad, very pleased to be part of this process of cooperation agreement, also to be part of the ceremony of signing this agreement. I think will be a very productive agreement and of cooperation. I don't know if I mentioned, but that in the first meetings we had with Fresno, but I would like to mention today, I am really sad that Brazil today probably is the most dynamic agribusiness, has the most dynamic agribusiness sector in the world. And I'd like to mention some examples that probably I didn't mention the first time we met or did the following meetings. For example, we are the world's largest producer of soya with 135 million tons, beef with 14% of world production, sugar with annual production of 75 million tons, coffee, 30% of world production, and orange juice, 50% of world production. And we are also second or one of the largest producers in corn, pulp and paper, poultry, cotton, and alcohol. The projection for 2021 Brazilian exports in agribusiness is of $120 billion, with a total grains production of 290 million tons. Well, Aceleragro and other research programs developed in Brazil by Araucária Foundation, other foundations with support of Científica, which is let's say the general broader development agencies of Brazil for financing the technological development, have contributed to create a very favorable environment for technology, innovation, entrepreneurship, and productive development. And these technological developments helped Brazil improve, as I said, the productivity, and also establish a sustainable model, agribusiness model, based on an integrated crop, livestock, and forest. And we are very, very glad to have attained this level of development. And Araucária, I think you all know, is one of the leading research institutions in Brazil, which integrates many universities and research centers in the state of Paraná, which is one of the most developed states in Brazil. And for sure, I do not need to praise California and Fresno, isn't so, Dr. Ramir, because, and Jordan College, of course, because you are at the forefront of technology development and agricultural research in the world. So again, I'm very, very confident that we will have a very fruitful partnership based on mutual interest for Brazil and California. Those are very brief words that I'd like to say, and wish you all lucky in this endeavor. Thank you so much. Eliane?
Thank you so much, Ambassador. I'd like also to register other authorities here following this event. Thank you for being with us, Vice Consul Eugenio Garcia, and also the other university representatives, Cláudia Xavier from UTFPR, Rafael Matiello from Oeste, Christian Jair from PTI, and Alexander Weber, rector from Oeste. So thank you for following this event. Now I have the pleasure to invite Mr. Luiz Márcio Espinosa, the Chief of Science, Technology, and Innovation Office at Araucária Foundation, to present the agreement objectives. So, Mr. Espinosa, the floor is yours. Márcio, sorry to interrupt. Before your presentation, please, I'd like also to register Alex Canziani, the Government Secretary. So thank you for being with us.
Also, Eliane, we have with us Jorge Hiraiwa from the ecosystem of the Norte of Paraná State. Also, Sen Chang is from the ecosystem of Genoma Valley in the center south of Paraná State. Yeah, thank you so much for being with us also. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramiro. Okay, Espinosa.
Thank you, Eliane. Good afternoon, good evening. Well, the MOU that we will be signed today concerns the Aceleragro program. From one side, we have the California State University, and precisely the Fresno, the Jordan College of Agricultural Science and Technology, and the other side, representing the government of Paraná State, the Araucária Foundation. Some motivations for this agreement. From one side, the Jordan College, that has the mission of high quality of applied research on agriculture, food services, food sciences, industrial technology, and family sciences. Also, research, scholarly, and creative activities at the college that involve projects to improve the educational process, discover new knowledge, find solutions to significant societal and industrial problems. And the other side, from Brazilian side, considering that the state of Paraná has a consolidated science, technology, and innovation system that comprises about 20,000 PhDs, which 5,600 dedicated to agricultural research, and about 100 research sustainability, also PhD, dedicated to this matter. Also, that Araucária Foundation is the representative of Paraná State and running the Aceleragro program. And the objective, the main concern here is increase the competitiveness of Brazilian agribusiness based starting by Paraná, but not limited to Paraná, and looking to achieve these goals requires partnerships with prestigious institutions such as the Jordan College. Also considering the importance of promote science and technological cooperation between Fresno, California State University, and the state of Paraná on the basis of equality and mutual benefits. We'd like to reinforce also the existing links between scientific and entrepreneurial communities in both countries, in both regions, as well as to promote new forms of collaboration between research institutions and startups. So considering all these points and motivations, well, the object of the document concerns the cooperation between the parts to implement scientific, technological, innovation, and entrepreneurial cooperation involving researchers, entrepreneurs, and startups, adopting general guidelines for a bilateral soft landing strategy. So the idea is to involve, at this first moment, the east side innovation ecosystem and the north side innovation ecosystem with the Fresno region. Also, the soft land strategy concerns controlled actions to help support the installation of new research or entrepreneurial project, or from both sides, and from one territory to the other territory of the other party. Well, some modalities for this cooperation. It's not a finished list, but they start one. We intended to implement a joint research and innovation projects, the exchange of knowledge and results considering all requirements for confidentiality and competitiveness of both parties, the organization of international and bilateral meetings, the implementation of the soft land support, and that's very comprehensive support from business model to the technology development, market development, legal assistance, language assistance, funding access, infrastructure for incubation, acceleration of startups, and also the networking that is very important for all these actions. The organization of scientific and technological seminars, workshops, and similars, the access to cutting-edge research on tropical agriculture. Remember that Brazil is the world leader on this kind of research, and the testing of new technologies and business models concerning the Brazilian environment, but also the South America environment. Well, we would like to invite at this moment Professor Denis Neff and Professor Ramiro Varavich to sign both documents that you have received. And we would like also to invite you to show the document for the picture. Please, Eliane.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Espinosa, for presenting such important goals to be achieved, along with this very important collaboration, and to celebrate the signing signatures. So now I have the pleasure to invite Mr. Evaldo Vilela. Mr. Evaldo Vilela is the president of the National Council for Scientific and Technological Development, CNPq. So please, Mr. Evaldo, take the floor.
And just an information, Professor Evaldo was one of the creators of the Aceleragro, because he was there in 2017, and he's very important in the role now. He was the former president of FAPMIG. FAPMIG is the state agency of Minas Gerais state, and nowadays he is the president of the Brazilian Council for research and development. Professor Valdo, please.
Well, good evening for the Brazilians and good afternoon for the Californians. Thank you very much indeed for the invitation, Ramiro. It's very kind of you to invite me. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you. I was in Fresno in 2016, as you said, and I saw a lot of potential for collaboration between us, Minas Gerais, São Paulo, and Paraná at that time was the people in Fresno, the State California University. In general, the expertise in agribusiness and the startups, startups, it's very important in Fresno. And what I saw that is we have to collaborate with them. It's a collaboration with that will, it's very important for both, for Brazil and for Fresno, for California, because you have in Paraná, for instance, it's a very important state at this time with a growing agribusiness, growing agriculture in general. And Fresno has a lot of experience in the startups and how to allocate startups in the companies. It's very important because we're still learning how to cope with the abilities of the Brazilians. We have talents here, we have challenges, and we have institutions like Araucária and also the universities in Paraná, which is very well engaged in the process of doing startups. So, but how to lead with startups, how to make the arrangement with startups and companies, how to improve them, how to take them to the market, so we can learn a lot from you from Fresno. And I would like very much to thank you for the patience with us, as we had an agreement in 2016, but only São Paulo would have had the opportunity to carry on the collaboration. We could not done it from Minas Gerais and Paraná at that time. But now, today, I see the strength of Araucária to go for this collaboration. So I hope everything will be fine and a lot of learning could be possible. And from here, from Brasilia, I'm in the Científica, and we can collaborate also, we can join in some time. It depends only of our budget and our possibilities, but I'm very happy to be here and have this emotion to start up again the collaboration with Fresno, which is a very nice place and a lot of things to learn from you. And also I'd like to thank you, the ambassador, and at that time in San Francisco was very helpful. The council in San Francisco was very helpful in making us the contacts and put them together. So thank you. Good luck. Everything will be fine for this collaboration for the benefit of all of us. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mr. Valdo Vilela, for being with us today and for your remarkable support on behalf of Araucária Foundation. So now I'd like to invite Mrs. Gisele Onuki, representing the Superintendence of Science, Technology, and Higher Education. Gisele is the Chief of the Higher Education Coordination. So please, Gisele, take the word.
Thank you, Eliane, and thank you all for having me here. I would like to start my speech by greeting Professor Ramiro, President of the Araucária Foundation, and Professor Evaldo Vilela, President of CNPq, and all authorities and academic members. It's an honor for me to welcome everyone on behalf of the General Superintendents of Science, Technology, and Higher Education, Professor Aldo Nelson Bona, who entrusts me with the mission of transmitting our interest in strengthening ever closer collaboration relations between the State University and the USA. This meeting formalizes not only the sign of the cooperation agreement, but the beginning of the exchange of information and experience in relation to what our state has been developing in terms of research and innovation in the area of agribusiness. There are so many initiatives that we can strengthen in as we work together. An ecosystem of science, technology, innovation is built with the valorization of collaborative actions. Hence, the importance of developing and innovating on Paraná agribusiness, involving the regional ecosystems in the western and northern region of the state, together with the California State University, Jordan College of Agriculture, Science and Technology, Fresno. The state of Paraná is the one that proportionally invests the most in science and technology in Brazil. We have a network of 7 state universities and 5 federal universities, well distributed throughout the territory, establishing a robust structure of teaching, research, and social development among the best university in Brazil, ranked by the Higher Education World University rankings. If collaboration and partnership are the watchwords at this moment, I must warmly thank everyone who made possible this straight dialogue with us to develop an agenda for joint collaboration projects in order to strengthen the internationalization in agribusiness with our state. The efforts to make this day come true should be recognized and praised. So may this partnership promoted here bring us closer and closer together in favor of improving the quality of life of the people who live in our nations. So congratulations and thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Gisele Onuki, for being with us and for all the support of Superintendents of Science, Technology, and Higher Education. From now on, I have the pleasure to invite Professors Denny Neff, Dean of Jordan College of Agricultural Sciences and Technology from California State University, Fresno, and Dr. Srini Kanduru, Professor and Chair of the Department of Agribusiness. So welcome, professors.
I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of our Assistant Vice President for International Affairs, Dr. Sarah Lamb. She was able to come into the meeting a little late, but
thank you so much.
Yeah, so be very welcome, Dr. Sarah Lamb, so Assistant and Vice President for International Affairs. Thanks for being with us.
Boa tarde e boa noite.
Boa tarde.
Uma vez podia falar português, mas já faz muitos anos que não falo. We look forward to this agreement. I lived for 2 years in Rio Grande do Sul. Paraná is close, but I never got to Paraná, so I've got to come back and see what it looks like. Dr. Srini Kanduru will be leading the project on our part, and we really appreciate him. I'll give him a few moments to speak, but thank you for working with us on this. We're looking forward to it. We appreciate the government assistance and those in both Brazilian and the state government and the Fundação Araucária. We look forward to working with you. Srini?
Thank you, Dr. Neff. I'll take a couple of minutes. Thank you all for being here and making this a possibility. It has been in the works for the last few months, and finally we are seeing the light at the end of all the process. So we are looking forward to working with the Araucária Foundation at Paraná, and in fact, our institute has hosted a lot of postdoctoral as well as visiting scholars from Brazil in the last many years, and in fact right now there is a discussion going on with another couple of professors from another university in Brazil. And we look forward to the same kind of association with the universities in Parana. And our university not only is having expertise in ag business, but also we have 7 other departments and many centers for research. A couple of them are doing on water related technologies, which is a major issue in Central Valley of California right now with all the drought and other issues that we are facing. So that is, along with that, we have Institute for Food and Agriculture, and there is also an incubator for new companies, new firms that are getting established. And there is that water and energy technology incubator, which helps entrepreneurs to come with their ideas and help them to commercialize and go in a larger scale into the industry. So we have some expertise in all those areas. So we would be very happy to collaborate with not only with faculty, but we would also welcome student interaction as well. Any study abroad programs or student exchange programs are a possibility here. So we look forward for implementing the MOU that is signed today and take it into a very strong cooperation between both of our institutions. Thank you all.
Thank you.
So,
Dr.
thank
Lam,
you.
would you like to say a few words?
Yeah.
Dr. Sarah Lam,
Absolutely.
please feel free to.
It is
Take the
my
floor.
honor to be witnessing this formalization of partnership. And I just want to let you know from the academic dean's side, you can see that you have the support throughout the academia side. And at the same time, to the international office is dedicated to support any policies and procedures spinning out of this wonderful MOU. As you understand that the MOU is the beginning of capturing the intent and commitment of us to work together. There's so many possibilities, and each project will involve a lot of careful commitment of resources. And during the time, our office is very committed to support the navigation of the process. And I wish you a great success.
Thank you. So thank you, Dr. Denise Naff, Dr. Sarah Lam, and Dr. Sirini Konduro. For sure, we can't wait to start our projects together. Thank you so much. Now I have the pleasure and the honor to invite Mr. Ramiro Barhaftes, President of Araucária Foundation. So Ramiro, the word is yours.
Well, thank you so much. I'm just going to be very brief. And that's a real pleasure for us, for Araucária Foundation, to have this possibility to sign this agreement with California State University at Fresno. We are very happy, and we are very happy also in being with all of you. And I'd like to make a special thanks to the ambassador Adão Gane, the consulate, Brazilian consulate at San Francisco. The former ambassador there, Pedro Borges, now is the ambassador of Brazil in Canada, and he's from Paraná State, and he was a supporter from this agreement also that is completed now with Ambassador Adão Gane. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for your support and for the support of the Vice Consul Eugenio Garcia also, and the people from the consulate also. Thank you so much, Professor Evaldo Vilela, one of the most important persons in the Brazilian world of managers in science and technology. Now he was the former president of the important agricultural university in Brazil, the Federal University of Viçosa also, and he is from this field also. He is a very important person in this field in Brazil. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for the people from the ecosystems, the North innovation ecosystem of Paraná State, and the West also. We have the presence of the rector of West. We have the presence of other peoples there also, and we have the presence of the important managers of the Paraná State Tecnológica University. Professor Cláudia Xavier is the vice rector, the pro-rector, or the dean of the research and graduate programs also. And also thank you so much from the people from the North ecosystem. We have a lot of them here, not just people from university, but people from the entrepreneurial side, like Mr. George Hirayo and Mr. Chen Chang from Jacto also, and also my friend, personal friend, former representative in Brazil, Alex Canziani. Now is one of the government secretary of the Londrina city in the North State region. Thank you so much, Karina, also from your presence here. Karina is the international relation of Embrapa Research Soybean in Londrina. Is responsible for the international collaboration of Embrapa there. Well, thank you so much for everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. And a special thanks to you from Fresno, California State University, Professor Denis Neff, Professor Zinini Kunduru, and Dr. Sarah Lam. Thank you so much for being with us, okay?
Now we also would like to invite Alex Canziani for a few words. So could you please, Mr. Alex Canziani?
Good evening. It's a pleasure being with all of you. I'd like to thank you, Fresno. It's a pleasure for us being in a partnership with this one of the most important universities in the world. And we are very glad of being this time with participating in this event. So I'd like to thank you very much. It's a pleasure for us. And I'm sure that it will be a very successful agreement of Paraná and the university. Thank you very much, and congratulations for all.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Alex Canziani and Ramiro. I think we can have now the final session for this signing event. So I think from Araucária Foundation side, we just like to thank again for your participation and for sure for the successful partnership. And for our friends from California side, here is a warm welcome and an invitation for you to come to Paraná for sure.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Have a great
Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us. Okay, thank you. And have a nice time. And well, we must go ahead now. Yeah? We must to fix the project and go and so on. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramiro.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.